Hi, I'm Tiffany, and today I'll be talking to you about geohazard tsunamis. Here in Northern California, we just happen to live along the Cascadian subduction zone that runs from Northern California all the way up to Canada. Recent geologic findings indicate that earthquakes generated within the Cascadian subduction zone pose a significant hazard to urban areas of the Pacific Northwest. There is evidence that great earthquakes have rocked this region within the past 300 years. And this information comes from the USGS Pacific Coastal and Marine Science Center. This subduction zone, where an oceanic tectonic plate, the Juan de Fuca plate, is being pulled and driven, subducted beneath the continental plate, which is the North American plate. Earthquakes along the fault, that is the contact between the two plates, termed the interplate thrust or megathrust, may generate significant local tsunamis in the Pacific Northwest. A tsunami is a series of ocean waves generated by sudden displacements in the seafloor. In the deep ocean, the tsunami wave may only be a few inches high. The tsunami wave may come gently ashore or may increase in height to become a fast-moving wall of turbulent water, several meters high. Although a tsunami cannot be prevented, the impact of a tsunami can be mitigated through community preparedness, timely warnings, and effective response. And an earthquake on the Cascadian subduction zone off the coast of Northern California could trigger a tsunami that could reach land within a few minutes. Teletsunamis are tsunamis that are caused by a very large earthquake somewhere else on the Pacific Rim that could reach California's coast many hours later. Tsunamis generally affect coastal communities and low-lying, low-elevation river valleys in the vicinities of the coast. Buildings closest to the ocean and near sea level are most in jeopardy. In situations where tsunami warning times are short, caused by earthquakes, it is difficult for the government agencies to identify and warn the public. That is why it's very important to research your personal exposure and have a plan to evacuate if necessary. One noticeable sign of an impending tsunami is the rapid receding of ocean water from the beach before the first tsunami wave hits. Many people lose their lives because of curiosity. That attracts them to the ocean front. Very strong ground shaking along the coast is an indication of an earthquake that could cause seafloor displacements. If you are ever at the coast and feel strong shaking, it would be smart to move to higher ground. Getting educated and prepared are the best ways to avoid injury and increase your chances for survival. The best way to avoid a tsunami is to get to higher ground. One thing you can do is contact your city and county government to see if they have an evacuation plan. Know where your local tsunami hazard zones are. This information comes from the State of California Conservation. Tsunamis consist of several waves, so the danger can last for several hours. Larger tsunamis have been recorded to last for several days. Tsunamis can travel up to 500 miles per hour. If you don't know what it is, move to 100 feet above sea level or 1 mile inland. If you are in a boat at sea or in a harbor during a tsunami event, it depends if you are in deep water or shallow water. If you are in deep water, 600 feet or greater, you should stay at sea. Those are in shallow water or harbors should move to deep water if there is enough time and weather conditions are suitable. As the tsunami approaches shorelines, water may recede from the coast, exposing the ocean floor, reefs, and fish. Abnormal ocean activity, a wall of water, and an approaching tsunami create a loud roaring sound, similar to that of a train or a jet aircraft. If you experience any of these phenomena, don't wait for official evacuation orders. Immediately leave low-lying coastal areas and move to higher ground. If you are in a school and you hear a tsunami warning, you should follow the advice of teachers and other school personnel. If you are at home, you should make sure your whole family knows about the warning. Your family should evacuate the house if you live in a tsunami zone. Move in an orderly, calm, safe manner to the evacuation site. Follow the advice of local emergency and law enforcement. authorities. Stay away from rivers and streams that lead to the ocean as you would stay away from the beach and ocean. A tsunami from a local earthquake could strike some areas before a tsunami warning could be announced. Remember, if this is a local earthquake, you may only have a few minutes, so you need to move fast. High multi-story reinforced concrete hotels are located in many low-lying coastal areas. The upper floors of these hotels can provide the safe place to find refuge. Should there be a tsunami warning and you cannot move quickly inland or to higher ground, homes and small buildings located in low-lying coastal areas are not designed to withstand tsunami impacts. Do not stay in these structures. Should there be a tsunami warning, stay away from all low-lying coastal areas is the safest advice when there is a tsunami warning. And this information comes from the National Weather Service, NOAA. Drowning is the most common cause of death associated with a tsunami. Things that you should do to protect yourself, your family, and your property from the effects of a tsunami would be first you should build an emergency kit and make a family communication plan. You should talk to everyone in your household about what to do if a tsunami occurs. Create and practice an evacuation plan. Familiarity may save your life. Be able to follow your escape route at night and during inclement weather. Your safe location should be able to be reached within 15 minutes. If you practice your plan, your actual response will be more of a reaction during a real tsunami. This way there is less thinking required during the real thing. School evacuation plans might require you to pick up your children from school. A lot of times telephone lines can be overloaded and routes to and from school may be jammed. These are the things to think about ahead of time, so you're not surprised. You should know your community's warning systems and disaster plans, including evacuation routes. Figure out the height of your street above sea level and what the distance of your street from the coast or any other waters that are at high risk. Sometimes after an earthquake, you can turn on your radio to see if there are any warnings. And this information comes from FEMA. A disaster supplies kit is simply a collection of basic items that you might need in an emergency event. It is good to assemble your kit well in advance. Most likely, in the event of a tsunami, you will have to evacuate immediately with no time to search for the things you will need. It is possible you might have to survive on your own. You will need food, water, and other supplies to last for at least 72 hours, and local officials and relief workers will be on the scene, but sometimes it can take a while before they can reach you. And in some instances, it can take several days. So the services that you might be without for a while would be electricity, gas, water, sewage treatment, and telephone service. It could be cut off for days. And your emergency kit should contain things that can help you manage during these times. On Google Image, I got a picture of a sign. And these are the warnings that should be in the neighborhoods. Also, if you go to the Redwood Coast Tsunami Work Group, they have inundation maps. And if you're living in the areas where the yellow is, then those are the areas that you would need to get to higher ground if there was a tsunami. And if you live in the gray areas, those are the areas that would be safe. So my works cited is from FEMA, Ready, Prepare, Plan, Stay Informed, Build a Kit. And this is from March 21st, 2013. And my other one is National Weather Service, which is NOAA.gov. Another one is the State of California Department of Conservation. And the other one is the USGS Pacific Coastal and Marine Science Center, and that's where I've gotten all my information from. I have a couple websites of local places that can help you prepare for tsunamis. It's ones at http /humboldt.edu/rctwg/ and the other one is Shaky Ground. Thank you.